Hello, this is Mike of Nearly Enough Dice, and this is the Kerbal Space Program. We are here on the Mun with the Aluminium Rhinoceros, which has been recently refueled and is thus ready to go into space. I'm just going to quickly nip to, not the flag, but to this beast here, which is my sadly unfueled Munar rover. Oops. I'm just extending the solar panels. Oh, except the ones that are broken. It does have a large battery, but it's probably. I mean, this is just so in case I can come back and get it. I don't know. It's got what 191 delta V on it left, which I presume isn't going to get it very far. So we're just going to leave it. However, as previously mentioned, the Aluminium Rhinoceros now has enough delta V to get off this rock. So that is what we're going to do. We'll turn off RCS. I don't think I need RCS. What's my battery life like? I'm going to take in the panels. I don't know if the panels are going to have a problem undergoing acceleration. You know, one would hope not, but I guess better safe than sorry. And basically we're going to head off and go east. So yeah, let's do that. I can pretty much head not quite straight to the horizon. But I can head to this horizon very quickly. I can't remember what orbit I left. I'm going to leave it there, I think. Right, where are we? Can't remember what orbit I left the new transfer stage on. Unless it's that. Oh, it might be. Ah, come on. Is that where I left it? Oh, I think I did. So I may have gone rampantly further out than I need to be. So there you go. Yeah, it pretty much has to be it. Anyway, let's just get ready for circularization. I can decide. I mean, I'm either going to bring the transfer stage here, or I'm going to bring it to the transfer stage. Either was probably going to be fine, so I'm not particularly worried. So I've already used about half of my delta V getting out to here, so I think I rabidly underestimated, or underestimated how much delta V I was going to need. Right, let's get rid of surface and put on orbit. It's going to be okay, cool. Whoops, next maneuver. Okay, just try and get ourselves nicely lined up. Speed ourselves a little bit. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, close enough. My orbit's huge. I don't need to be anything like this large. Right, so we're gonna. This has got a lot of fuel on it, so. Ooh, okay, I didn't know what was happening there for a second. Okay, so we're gonna choose from ships. Using the rendezvous setting, I can set that target without having to go search for it. Alrighty then. So, we're actually a little bit off center. We'll go for this one because this one's closer. That should get us close enough to being nicely aligned. And it won't disturb our orbit too much either. Gonna be very short burn this one. I'm not gonna. I could throttle down the engine so that they don't. So it's long. My burn's going to be longer than 1.5 seconds. But I think I'm going to go with it as is. Yep, I can't walk very fast because I am quite low down. But never mind. We will deal. There we go. And I'll manually warp in, as always. Doop, 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 doop. Right. 8, 7, 6, 4, no, 3, 2, 1, 0. I was looking at the wrong thing entirely for a second there. I might have missed that. Right, okay, that's going to be close enough. Right, now now we want to start looking at making a maneuver that will get us some kind of an encounter. Okay, it's looking not too bad. Bringing the I'm just bringing the apoapsis down. Basically, I'm not hugely using hugely more fuel than I need to. And what's the separation there? Quite a lot. And now comes the endless fiddling. Because the two orbits aren't quite parallel. So 1.2, I think we're going to go with that. Of course, it is obviously a question of whether or not I'm going to get there, because that's going to depend on how accurately I put this together. But anyway, whoop, next maneuver. Then when I get them close to one another, I'm going to start thinking about which one do I want to attach, as in which one do I want to be stationed, the other one to be moving. I suspect I want the Rhinoceros to be stationary, while the refit mission attaches to it. I think that's how it's going to go. Okay, getting close, getting close. Alright, so that's the warp taken care of. Just gonna again manually warp till about 10 seconds in. 5, 4, 3, 1, 0. And that's worked out pretty well. Uh, 3.2 kilometers separation, I'll live with that. I might be able to... Oh, there you go. Little tweak there got me even further close, so that's yay. I'm going to time warp to there, which is going to be very close to our respective selves. We're going to be quite close to approach at that point. Probably switch this to target fairly soon. Warp seems to have sped up. I presume we're slightly higher up than we were. Should be slowing down any second now. I think it was actually slowing down properly, but I got a bit paranoid. How far away at the minute? Three clicks. So we're going to go to retrograde, which is the other side. Right, so that's not to be in map view for this, I think. It's actually getting closer than I thought it would. Just getting a... I went to... just burned a bit to get an idea of how long it's going to take to... Oh, there we go. I probably could have waited. Might have to think about thrust limiting. Maybe not. Let's not do stuff like that. So, right. Basically just going to try and draw the prograde marker as close to being directly on top of the target marker as I can. That's pretty close. So now if I head towards the target, so I'm currently heading pretty much exactly towards it. Flip over to retrograde. Just realised something. I've got a whole stage that I don't need stuck on the back of this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap back to stability assist. And in fact, I'm orbital. Let's see where orbital retrograde points me. Away from the Rhinoceros, which is the main thing. I've got a tiny amount of delta V left in there. It's actually not that tiny. I'm not sure whether it's worth trying to dock with it. And have I made... Do I have the capability to... No, I've only got those engines. Right. Houston, we may have a problem. Somebody, and I'm not saying who, somebody seems to have forgotten to Yeah, someone seems to have forgotten to put the proper. Oh, what is that? If that's not a. What about cat then? It's not. Is that a probe? Yeah, I haven't put LCS on both of them. I'm an idiot. That's not going to be the first time you're going to hear me say that, I'm afraid. Or the last. Okay, so this just has stability assist. That's all it's got. Right, so we're going to point this orbital prograde and this is going to be orbital retrograde, and then I'm going to try and work out. Well, that's L, so I want to spin it. L is that way. No, I want to spin it the exact opposite. I want L to be that way. Okay. Now what I'm hoping is, let's try turning this on. I can get everything lined up reasonably well. Caps lock here. So let's take that off there and go back to. I can't actually. So I can't go backwards, which is a slight problem for that. So let's. So we are lined up. Now I think the problem is that whatever it is that got me stuck before whatever stopped me from right, you're in the way now. Whatever stopped me from letting go in the first place is obviously now causing problems getting stuck back in again. I assume it's the engines, that they overlap somewhat. So I was hoping that the occasional just burst from the engine would do it. And get me past that problem. But that is not what appears to be happening. I'm also not sure how well I am actually aligned. So I'm definitely now in the position of being, you know, definitively kind of joined. So I would probably have to use the Rhinoceros' engines to get away. But we're not making contact with the actual... I go where rendezvous, you're not helping me. We're not actually making contact with the docking ports. So unless I'm going to push the whole thing home like this, which I may well have to do, and actually I'm balking my orbit while I'm doing this. Yeah, this is brilliant. This is exactly what we want to happen. So you can see, okay, yeah, you can see the gap there. And I don't quite get in. And I may also not quite be aligned, but I also can't, I don't think I can do anything about, you see that's not quite aligned, but I don't know if there's a lot I can do about that. I may now just be stuck. So I may have to push everything home. Interesting, I can't go prograde or retrograde compared to my target. I wonder if that's because I'm too close. So unless I want to drag the Rhinoceros off again and have another go, don't know what I can do to salvage this particular situation. I wonder if that will help. So if I go off this way, I think that's... I'm not sure. I was hoping that would bring my alignment in. Oh well, that's... You see, the problem is you can see that the magnetic attraction is there, so it's actually difficult to even shake the thing off. But at the same time, I can't get a positive lock. And that's me run out of... Well, I do have a lot of delta V here, so... And that's done... I had those two things in the wrong place. So now, oh well. Hell's Teeth. I should have checked my staging as always. I did not. The Rhinoceros has maybe enough to get back, and I don't know if that's attached properly. This is very bad. See, the problem is, I think the engines have kind of clipped in a bit, so they're actually blocking the way. I cannot tell if that is in. Wow. Okay. Hang on. Right, everyone's got SAS on. Except that, but I don't care about that. Oh, you see the heat shield is very explicitly not attached. It is a separate craft. That's excellent. That's exactly what I wanted. Only the exact opposite. And because this now doesn't have a docking port, I can't use the docking port alignment tool. Yeah, this is brilliant. This is exactly. Yeah. Oh wow. We are so doomed. We are so doomed. Okay, so let's go to orbit. Let's go to orbital retrograde because it's closest. We are so doomed. Now let's put our panels out actually. Need to run low on power. Anyway, so we're going to point this. I may have to redo this whole thing. I don't have any SAS, I don't have any RCS in this, on this stage. So there's exceedingly little I can do, except try and be very, very clever. But what are the odds of that, eh? See, what I would have to do and bearing in mind I have no lateral control at whatever, would be to somehow come up the butt end of this such that I can hit it hard enough that the docking ports will engage. Just not happening because as you see, I'm actually passing straight through it. So Well, my only other option, I have a few other options. But one of them is to try and get into as low an orbit of Kerbal as I can. I could risk doing a descent. But obviously that is quite risky. And then arrange some kind of rescue mission. Or I could just leave everyone. Oh, I was about to say, and I could just leave everyone here. But no, we're in fact about to crash and die into the moon. So let's get rid of that. Let's make ourselves a maneuver node that we can make that will enable us to not smash into the moon. I did not need to hit the normal anti on all that. That was actually slightly right. $45, 52, close enough. Well, this has been an utter failure. I was going to be thinking in terms of you know, getting people back, and then maybe thinking about going to Minmus, and then because some of my crew, some of the folks, some of the tourist people want to go to Minmus. Yeah, we'll rescue this as well. No point having this smashed into the ground either. How do I get rid of the target? I want no target. How do you untarget things? No. I think I've done it. Come on, don't be a pain. Stop being a pain! There we go, it's going to be what, 31, 55. It's not going to be very pretty orbit, but it'll be an orbit. That's the main thing. I knew I was going to be munging my orbits by all that shilly-shallying. Right, won't be crashing into the moon anytime soon. Can I get to the Rhinoceros? Oh! The Rhinoceros has lost the... Where's my Rhinoceros? Right, that heat shield has gone. So yeah. Okay, so it looks like the Rhinoceros was in fact never going to work. It was just never ever going to work. So that's a shame. I just put it together badly because I'm a twit. Looking at it now, I don't know why. Well, I may have to go back and have a look. Why I didn't put dirt, heat shield, then quad port, then whatever. Attaching the heat shield by means of, I suppose, so I didn't have to take the docking port, the heat shield all the way down, and then back up again. Probably. Well, basically, I'm going to have to make a rescue craft, just rescue these guys. Probably just make one of these only with a functioning heat shield, because I won't have to bother with. I won't have to bother with those bits. I'll just put it'll just be the transfer stage. Won't have to bother with any of that nonsense. I can just whack a heat shield on it. That is unfortunate. What's slightly irritating is if you look at my alarm clock. I was going to start thinking about getting some of these folks home because Philney is a fairly experienced pilot and all that kind of stuff. But because I want to get ready for Duna, but it looks like that's not happening. Oh well. That kind of makes life a little easier. But they're not going to smash into the moon. So long as they're not smashing into the moon, everything is fine. The other thing, I mean, basically, I can rescue. I can rescue this bit. Largely because it's got a lot of fuel. It's got a lot of fuel in it that I probably want to nick. Yeah, that's a full tank there. That's a lot of fuel. But it can just sit out here and again not smash into the moon, so that's fine. All the other bits, I think they're going to smash into the moon, and I don't particularly mind if they smash into the moon. That's like the heat shield and that final transfer stage. So I don't know if yeah, that's going to smash into the moon. Is that going to smash into the moon? That's going to. They're both going to smash. They're both going to smash into the moon. And that's fine. Well, there you go. So that was me failing. But hey, I've learned not to try and attach docking port heat shields via docking port. That's what I learned today. And if I am going to attach things like that, then I need to make sure that they're absolutely clear. Make sure there is enough room, which is clearly not. I mean, okay, looking at it now, yeah. Let's move. Let's turn towards the sun. I mean, it kind of looks like there would be, but I can see now that these were obviously clipping into it and getting in the way. So I wasn't able to quite get in there and make the connection. But you live and learn. So I need to think about whether or not what, if anything, I want to send to Duna. I've got 9 days to do this. But I might just send a steel snake. So that might be all I do. For that, nothing special. I was thinking maybe doing something like this, or with at very least a 3-person command module, so I can take a lot of people down to Duna. That's clearly not happening. So I've got a few Duna contracts that would be useful to get done at the same time. So I've got a satellite that I'm going to try and send. But anyway, that's for later. I've managed to get these guys off the moon. Didn't manage to actually rescue them. Maybe if I'd made some other choices. But it's all a learning process. That's the main thing. So anyway, if you enjoyed watching me fail dismally to save Kerbals from the moon, then please hit like and subscribe. You can find Nearly Enough Dice at nearlyenoughdice.com, and we also have a Twitter and Facebook. And search for Nearly Enough Dice. You will find them upon there. And until next time, even if you do end up orbiting the moon with no obvious hope of return because you don't have a heat shield, reach for the stars.